evening and welcome to this edition of News Leader. I'm Andrew Todd. In tonight's news, we'll hear from Wildcats coach Coy Sisk about this weekend's matchup at Lincoln County. There's a budding young artist in the area, and County Mayor Judd Matheny speaks with UT Extension educator Belinda Riddle. We'll have all these stories and more on tonight's News Leader.
For many senior citizens, life looks like this, but it doesn't have to. When you make your home at Parkview Senior Living, life after retirement takes on a whole new meaning. Daily exercise options, fun outings, happy hour, game nights, movies and popcorn, arts and crafts, enjoying friends over chef-prepared meals. Parkview Senior Living, where you're always home, but you're never home alone.
Hi there, this is Terry Stroop, Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration. Summer's about to wind down, fall's right around the corner. It's time to get signed up for your fall maintenance checks, and let's get out and support our local high school football this year. Let's go, Cats!
Join the Kiwanis Club of the Highland Rim as we present the 13th annual 41A Music Festival, returning to downtown Tullahoma September 29th and 30th. 2 days of music, food trucks, Kid Zone, downtown merchant specials, and beer to wet your whistle. Brought to you by Miller Lite, Michelob Ultra, NAS, and other great community partners. All proceeds benefit local children's charities. Visit 41A Music Festival, Highland Rim Kiwanis on Facebook to learn more. See you in downtown Tullahoma September 29th and 30th.
Welcome back. The Tullahoma Wildcats are looking to bounce back this weekend after the recent loss to Franklin County as they take on Lincoln County. News Leader's John Gray spoke to the Wildcats head coach Coy Sisk about their upcoming game against his alma mater.
We're right back in region play this week, traveling to Lincoln County.
Lincoln County, you know anything about those folks over there?
I know a little bit about those folks.
You didn't play any ball over there, did you?
Maybe just a tad bit back in the 90s, but hey.
What do they got? How are you looking at them?
You know, look, normally that's a today and tomorrow type thing. Haven't really looked far ahead forward. I know that they won against Spring Hill in a close one Friday night, so that's also a region game. So, hey, look forward to getting to start scouting them out and understanding more about those guys. But, hey, I can tell you this, anytime you go over there, it's going to be an electric atmosphere. And those guys will be ready to play. They'll be excited about Tullahoma coming.
Now that's that stadium still that's sort of down in a hole, isn't it?
Yes, sir. That's the pit.
The pit.
What they call it.
Bucky Pitts.
But one of the main things you have to understand about that is the last time that Tullahoma went there, of course, we own that place. So I'm excited about going back there. It's where I played high school football at. So I get emotional during these times. Not so much the guys, I guess, but hey, I get emotional during that. So when I walk back on that field, I feel like that, hey, we're going to own it. And
what I always get is when it seemed like whenever we Tullahoma to get ahead, all of a sudden they'd throw a bunch of meat on the grill down there, and that field just covered in smoke. It is like you're playing in a cloud, man.
No doubt about it.
It's a great rivalry, and that's what's so good about this new redistricting we have. We're back to playing old time rivalries that we've had for years and years and years, and they're close enough where people can travel.
Oh, no doubt.
You know, I mean, you're not driving 2.5 hours to get somewhere to play a football game. It's your partners over here in Columbia and McMinnville and Winchester and Shelbyville and Manchester, and it makes it so much more fun, because you know a lot of us are in those towns doing business with those people as well, and we know each other for other reasons other than just sports.
Oh, no doubt.
And makes it great. And here we've got a coach that played a very, very high brand of football over there for them, and ended up playing a little ball past high school. And then you've got an old boy like me who tried to play football over here. And some said it a pretty good job, and some said not so much, so you never can tell. But we know that it's going to be a great atmosphere. It always is. And we'll look forward to it. And I'm sure you'll want to have some plans for your buddies over there to kind of put a little shocker on them, huh?
Hey, the main thing I want is our guys, to get better this week, and to get ready to roll.
Okay. Coach, like I said, you my dog. Keep barking, son.
Hey, we'll do it.
Keep barking.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
My husband was diagnosed with a spinal infection. He lost his ability to swallow and the movement of his legs.
I couldn't turn over in bed, I couldn't walk, I couldn't eat.
They were just wonderful in the treatment and care they gave my husband.
I regained my mobility where I was able to go home.
It is miraculous.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
I got a tour and I saw all the things and I was so excited about them. And she took me to the movie theater and it had red chairs. This is a done deal and I like it.
We have so many activities here that you just can't keep up with them all. We have exercise, we have coloring, we have crafts.
It's charming, it's attractive, it's very comfortable. It was one of the best decisions of my life.
Welcome back. News leaders Fran Gray recently spoke to budding artist James during his art show at the Painted House in Tullahoma.
I've just made a new friend named James. And James is having a one-man show right now at the Painted House. James, you're doing a dollar doodle? Uh-huh. Did something inspire you to do a dollar doodle?
No, an artist, Miss Annie, she's the one who collected all my drawings and started this art show. She had the idea to do dollar doodles.
I see. Well, I think it's a great idea. Yeah. Now tell me who your friends are here with you.
This is Charlie.
Hi, Charlie. Well, I think it's wonderful that you have friends of all ages here. You have children here who are near your age, or maybe you go to school with them, and some teacher friends, and then the parents of your friends, and we're all here to congratulate you on sharing your talent. So thank you very much for getting your art together and letting us enjoy it with you. It's wonderful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I enjoy it very much.
Oh, good. Do you have certain subjects you prefer to paint or draw?
I'm not sure I do. I like painting animals and imaginary animals as well. I'm not sure I have a preference.
Okay. Have you been drawing a long time?
Yes, ever since I was a baby.
Whenever you could hold a pencil or a crayon, or is there a certain medium you prefer to express art in? Crayola markers. Uh-huh. And do you draw all the time?
Yes, every day.
Good for you. That's a good discipline, isn't it? To keep practicing. That's very good. Well, James, I just think your work is wonderful. It looks like there are a lot of aspiring artists in the room. Doesn't it look like that? Wonderful children and maybe their parents even. So if somebody wants to draw, what would you tell them? What kind of advice would you give them?
Maybe just draw what you like to draw, what you like.
Uh-huh.
And then keep doing that whenever you feel the need to. And then eventually you'll teach yourself new techniques and become a good drawer.
Well, tell me this before I sign off. Are there several teachers in your life? Have you had? Well, I guess your mother was one of your first teachers, wasn't she?
Well, there's Miss Paula, my art teacher. There's Joseph. He teaches me online art classes. Let's see.
Anybody here at this place?
Yes, there's Miss Annie.
Yes. She's very talented herself, isn't she?
Oh, and we make drawings together sometimes.
Oh, how? Is this another good friend of yours here?
Yes.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Good. What do you think about James' artwork?
I think he's really talented. I think he's got something. Like, he can make it big when he gets older, I think.
Well, that's very kind. It sounds like you're a good friend and a good encourager.
Yeah.
Okay.
I always try to be.
Well, that's great. That's great. Thank you. James, I wish you every success, and it's just been a real pleasure talking with you this afternoon.
Thank you so much for interviewing me.
You're welcome, and we will see what we get here, and I just bet you're going to encourage a lot of other children to pick up their Crayolas or their pencil or their chalk, whatever, and go to town on drawing. Thank you again.
More news is coming up in just a moment.
It's not invoice. It's not MSRP. It's not Christmas Day, although it may feel like it. It's the lowest prices in Middle Tennessee, period. It's a Stan McNabb Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram or Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac before these prices are gone forever.
Join the Kiwanis Club of the Highland Rim as we present the 13th annual 41A Music Festival, returning to downtown Tullahoma September 29th and 30th. 2 days of music, food trucks, Kids Zone, downtown merchant specials, and beer to wet your whistle. Brought to you by Miller Lite, Michelob Ultra, NAS, and other great community partners. All proceeds benefit local children's charities. Visit 41A Music Festival, Highland Rim Kiwanis on Facebook to learn more. See you in downtown Tullahoma September 29th and 30th.
Welcome back. Summer is beginning to wind down, but it's definitely not time to start thinking about the cold yet. This video, provided by the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency, covers various aspects of river safety to help keep you and your family safe while enjoying the area's waterways.
Hey guys, Ranger Jesse Jewell here at Henry Horton State Park. So today we're down here at the Duck River, and I wanted to talk to y'all a minute about river safety and how you can, on your next trip, be safer and have more fun with your family and friends. So hang around for that. All right, like I said in the intro, we're going to be talking about river safety. So one thing I do whenever I go to the river is I kind of follow a 5-tip process. These by no means are end-all be-all, and you should research it for yourself as well and gain more knowledge as you go along. But these will be 5 tips that can kind of help you as you go to the river next time. So the most important part to me is the number 1 tip that we're going to go over today is planning and preparation. A lot of that is researching the area before you go, checking weather patterns, knowing the water levels. All this can be found out usually online, but you can also access the knowledge of locals, such as park rangers in the area, commercial outfitters if there's kayaking on that section. So definitely utilizing those people, look them up, find them. But a lot of times when you have kind of figured out the section of river you wanted to come to, whether that is swimming or kayaking, you can a lot of times find these kiosks right at the river access. So here at the park at Henry Horton, we have this one that kind of gives you a better idea of what you're looking at and kind of some information on the ecology and stuff of the water so you can better enjoy your time while you're here. A lot of times though, we'll have maps on here, and you can access these maps too online. A lot of times TWRA in the state of Tennessee or whatever your wildlife management is for your state. So just accessing those resources can help you plan for your next trip. And then we also, in that planning stage, you want to look at your gear, kind of boats, everything you're going to take with you. All right, so like I said, we're gonna go over 5 tips that I use whenever I plan my trips. This is gonna be number 2, and it's gonna be the gear that you're gonna take with you. We kind of discussed it in number 1, but I thought it deserved its own section. So the first things we're gonna talk about is, let's say you're coming to the river and you wanna do a kayaking trip with your family. Here in the Duck River, it's relatively calm water, class 1 flat water, so picking the right boat can make your experience much more enjoyable and safer. So we have 2 boats in front of me right here. We have a Jackson Riviera and a Jackson All-Star. These are both great boats, made by the same company, a lot of the same materials, but the only difference is one's made for whitewater and play boating, or enjoying the whitewater a different way. This is designed to track better in the water, so keep going straight down the river on flat sections of water. The way the boats are designed, the hulls are designed differently to do different things. So understanding how boats work can help you and your family and friends enjoy the river more. So just be aware of that when you do decide to come to the river. Look at local outfitters and see what they're using. Everybody on the Duck River here, including the state parks, a lot of us use these Jackson Rivieras. They're sit-on-top boats. They're very easy to control, very easy for beginners, to experienced kayakers to control. So definitely finding something that works for you will help out in the future. So continuing on discussing gear, we've talked about the boats. I'm going to move on to footwear. This is probably another very important aspect of playing in the river. Whether you are swimming or on a boat, having the proper footwear will change the whole day and how things go. So what I have in front of me, I have 3 different types of shoes. These are Astrals. They are water shoes designed. They look like tennis shoes, but they have very good grip on the bottom. They are sturdy, so when you're walking across rocks and in the water, you don't kind of feel unstable, so it keeps you from moving around a lot in the water, or things moving under you. You're able to keep your footing a lot better. Same thing, I'm not as crazy about open-toed shoes like Chacos, but this company designs them very well and they're very sturdy. So if you do decide to wear some sort of sandal, making sure that sole is very rigid will help out a lot too. And then just regular water shoes, kind of like booties, anything like that, you can get at Walmart. Even though those aren't necessarily the best in the world, they will kind of protect your feet and keep you from cutting them on things in the river, or just giving you a little extra protection. One thing I do want to discuss when it comes to footwear is things that we probably all wear when we go down the river, but may not necessarily be the best thing for you, and those are Crocs. I love them, I have a pair, they're great, but if you look over time, they start wearing off. So if you try to walk down even our boat ramp here, you're probably gonna fall and end up injuring yourself. And they just don't stay on your feet very much. You've probably noticed it when you've gone out with your friends and family on the water, and people lose their sandals if they're wearing flip-flops, things like that. So making sure you have the right footwear that's gonna stay on your feet will help out, kind of keep things safer. The next step in planning your gear is what kind of clothes you're gonna wear when you come to the river. A lot of times you're just going to wear a bathing suit and a cotton t-shirt, and that may be okay for if you're just going down to play in the water and it's a nice summer hot day. But if you decide to maybe get on a boat in October when the weather is not so desirable, maybe a rainy day, it may have started out sunny, but now the clouds have rolled in and it's raining. Having certain gear with you can kind of help you be more comfortable and be safer, so that you don't have issues with hypothermia or just having that uncomfortable wanting to get out of the situation. So in front of me I have a couple of different materials. Things that are good for water: neoprene, polyester. These are things that will wick water away from your body and keep you warmer longer. We also have a couple of dry suits and dry tops. This right here is a splash jacket, so it's not gonna necessarily keep you completely dry, but it's gonna repel some of that water. So as you're splashing around and getting wet, even by the rain, that's not gonna sit on your skin and just kind of fester around and make it uncomfortable. The neoprene, they make them in different sizes, different layers, so that you can find what's comfortable for you in keeping your body warm while out on the water. So when you do plan your next trip, go to the store, go to Walmart sells stuff that can work better than cotton. So definitely check that out. And then next we'll go into some other gear that we're going to take along the way.
And that was just part 1 of 4 videos. We'll have another segment next week. We'll be right back after these commercial messages.
We tend to lose our motivation when we have something that's chronic, but you've got to do what you can early on as you can. After I'd exercise like that, I would have a lot of energy to do housework or whatever I needed. Well, I would recommend it highly to anyone at any degree of Parkinson.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Parkview Senior Living, active, independent senior living at its finest.
Welcome back. In this week's Mayor's Message from the Coffee County Mayor Judd Matheny, he speaks with UT Extension educator Belinda Riddle.
Hi, welcome to this edition of the Mayor's Message. I'm Coffee County Mayor Judd Matheny, and we've got another very special guest with us today from our Ag office, Miss Belinda Riddle. And Belinda, you come into our office quite a bit. We always love to see you. But tell the viewers a little bit about your background, what you do for us, and if anybody needs your services or can use your help, how they contact you.
Okay, sure. Yeah, well, thank you for having me. So I work with the University of Tennessee Extension. The area that I work in, though, is Family and Consumer Sciences. That's just another branch outside of our youth development and agriculture programs. And so my primary responsibility is just to bring the research-based information or evidence-based information to our general public. So, you know, like all of our extension programs, the community is our campus. I spend very little time in my office presenting programs. Most of the things that I do are out in the community. But our vision really is to have healthy, productive individuals and families. So the programs that I offer cover areas such as consumer economics, human development, nutrition, food safety, and health. And so, which is really a perfect fit to my background. I graduated from the University of Tennessee with my master's in human ecology. And so, and I grew up on a farm. I grew up in Franklin County. At one point, I was looking for a career change, and Extension was there, and so I took advantage of it. And so I've been here in Coffee County for about 25 years, with Extension for 31 years. I started out as a 4-H program assistant in Bedford County and then a 4-H agent. So I have some youth development experience as well.
Well, you do. And of course, your target audience is Indy Tennessean, obviously.
Absolutely.
But who do you give most of your lessons to and most of your talks to and groups?
Wow. I would say probably our senior population, just because there seems to be more of a need. I know that
nutrition, especially in that population.
Right, nutrition. Well, and actually physical activity. You know, you saw us playing chair volleyball outside of your office.
So yeah, they had a volleyball net set up in the hallway and playing volleyball, sitting in chairs, and I thought, man, what a cool place to work.
Yeah, I know, and it looks like just fun, but actually you get a lot of physical. There's a lot of physical activity.
Mental and physical.
Yeah, it is. And so, I've moved into. I do a lot of health programs, but for any age with any adult. So I teach Tai Chi for health programs. A new program that I'm offering is Stay Strong, Stay Healthy, and it's an exercise program using weights. It's for older adults. You know, because we know that after the age of 60, that we start losing a lot of muscle mass, and so just really important to stay fit, even though we may say, well, you know, that's just a part of the normal aging process, but still, there's things that we can do to counteract that.
Slow it down for sure.
Right, and so you just know it's so important for everyone to be able to live independently, and maintain the quality of life they would like to.
And we have such an aging population too. There's such a larger demographic of our folks that are 65 plus than at any time in our history. The baby boomers are coming online, and that trend will probably continue for about another decade before we start to see it leveling off. So the need's very great for sure.
So some other programs, like in human development, I teach co-parenting classes for divorcing couples with minor children. Consumer economics, a new program we just started is Money Week, and it's for children in first and second grades, just to help them to learn how to, well, count money and to start thinking about spending, saving, and giving. And so, you know, I just offer a wide variety of education for the community.
Well, that's very cool. Thank you so much. And how can people get a hold of you?
Well, our number at the office is 723-5141. Stop by our extension office here at the Coffee County Administrative Plaza.
It's right in the middle of the Coffee County Administrative Plaza. You have my office, and Teresa McFadden's office anchors one end, and the Coffee County School Board anchors the other end, and she's kind of right in the middle.
Yeah.
And you can look for the UT logo also, and we want to say a thank you to UT. They do so much more than just educate our students today. They have you know, many cable ties into the community, not only to help governments operate, but also to empower individuals to help citizens, and so we really appreciate.
And thank you for funding our positions. You know,
sure.
The county does provides that, and without you, we probably wouldn't be here.
Well, I have a lot of good help that helps me in those decisions too. Okay. We're proud you're here, and thank you once again for tuning into this edition of the Mayor's Message, and we'll see you next week.
And stay with us. Your weather forecast is coming up after these messages.
Hi, my name is Ringo, here at Barkview Senior Living. They're human-friendly. That's why I love it here, and so does my senior human. When they want a bite, they get chef-prepared meals, and so do I. Movies in the theater, day trips, walks on the trail, and other senior humans to play with. The grass and the grounds are exquisite. It's everything my human needs to be healthy and active. Barkview. A Parkview Senior Living. For your dog's best friend, you.
Hi there, this is Terry Stroop, Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration. Summer's about to wind down, fall's right around the corner. It's time to get signed up for your fall maintenance checks, and let's get out and support our local high school football this year. Let's go, Cats!
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this date. Our record high was in 1980 at 96 degrees. The record low was in 1902 at 40 degrees. The average high for this day is 82, and the average low is 60. Partly cloudy for tonight with a low of 55. Mostly sunny skies for Friday with a high of 81 and a low of 60, and a 30% chance of rain for Saturday with a high of 80 and a low of 58. And that's our News Leader report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday evenings at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. for News Leader. Stay safe. Have a great evening.